Hello, everyone. I hope you can see me. Hope you can hear me. Just a quick hit and run hello, as I put it. Just want to pop in. I've been swamped, really, really busy, just trying to get things in order. And I got this one project that I've been working on. I'm on deadline. I missed actually Comic Say Kings this week because of it. It is what it is, but I just want to show you quick. Pray Tour 7. What's up? Just want to show you quick. This is a current page, 18 by 24. This is huge, okay? This is huge paper, the biggest I've ever worked on. And this particular moment, I was tasked to transfer from one area of the country to New York City, 1920s. And I always see the 1920s, not the 1920s. I always see transitions to New York City, either the Empire State Building and so on. I say, you know what? Let me make something incredibly sharp and graphic where you know what it is and then get into the nitty gritty of the details of the city. But I thought that was a pretty cool way to do it in terms of liberty, right? It to me is the most defining element of America, more so than just the huge, the skyscrapers that we have. Liberty, Statue of Liberty. I thought that was a good dramatic way of doing it, making it in silhouette as well, hovering over the city. But anyway, just want to say hi, guys. Just want to pop in. And again, this is my latest project, 18 by 24, the pages. I'm moving on them in a pretty brisk pace. Hey, Ryder6133, love your tweets, appreciate it. Thank you very much, man. Glad to have a new follower that I haven't heard of. Prater 7, what kind of project? I've mentioned it a few times, but it hasn't been officially announced, so I'm always a little reluctant. Sometimes I mention it, sometimes I don't. I'm a little reluctant, but it's something that is a dream project, and it's something else. Anyway, it's exciting. I've been working on it just nonstop. I step up a little more. Yeah, I know, Marcus. I know. Believe me, because I'm like, I went from doing that to drawing a king's drawing. I was like, damn, this is literally half the size if you look at it. Check this out. This is a size of 11 by 17, right? Look at this. Look at that. It's 11 by 17 again is the regular size that comic artists work in, that I've worked in as well, and that's still working. But 18 by 24. This is it's something else. And there was a moment there, I had a slight moment of doubt, I guess, because I was like, it was in terms of transferring the pages, and I was like scanning it. I was like, damn, do I got to get new scanners and I settled. I said, okay, you know what? Let me get it and let me scan half and half, and I'll scan it in between the panels, meaning I'm not going to cut off the art and try to put the art together. I'll scan it between the panels. So at least I scan it twice. I try to get another scanner. We're talking, I saw ones for 13,000, 50,000. I'm not going to do that. It's just not worth it. Excellent purchase. So yeah, I just, I figured it's a really dramatic way and a more fundamental way to show transition from a suburb in America to New York City. To show the Statue of Liberty, liberty. That means more for America than anything else. Again, any commerce, any of these incredible buildings and so on. I think it's just a better way to pinpoint the city visually and instantaneously, and also again bring the element of liberty to it. Guys, I just wanted to pop in, do a quick hit and run hello. It's almost 5 minutes. I want to get back to, hey, comic books and coots. How's it going, man? I want to get back to regular streaming. I literally have not been able to do. I had to knock a few things off this holiday season. Regular workouts to regular sleep. I diminished my sleep. Everything back on track now. Working out, sleeping a little more normally, but I'm still up late night doing this. It's all consuming. It's again writing, penciling, inking, lettering, coloring, and as I'm going through, I'm changing the layouts that I established in the ones that were greenlit already. Cheers, Mike TV Dub. Happy New Year to you as well, and Happy New Year to everyone here. Thanks for being here, guys. Just wanted again a quick hit and run hello. I've been late on a Pigman remaster. I apologize to those who backed it. Getting back on track with this project and therefore that. And what I'm going to do is I'm just literally just take. I've been doing a few pages here and there, trying to do two a day. I'm going to knock it down to one and then work on the Pigman so I can do both at one time. Yeah, I know, man. I can muster up maybe up to 6 hours tops in terms of sleep, comic books and cahoots. Whatever reason, that's my body, that's my clock. It's just the way it works. I'd love to get more, and then there are days sometimes I don't know where I sleep through the alarm and I just 8 hours, 9 hours, but that's every few months. And I can't say I feel a difference. I really can't. Sometimes I feel tired during the day even after that. Hey, David, how's it going, man? Again, just want to pop in a quick hit and run hello, show you that thing. I really like the way it came out. And again, if those who weren't here, I just want to show this current page that I inked. It's the latest page that I inked. My current project transitions from a suburb to New York City, 1920s. And I thought an interesting, strong visual way to establish that was to show the silhouette of the head of the Statue of Liberty, and beneath it, again, the fine detail of the city and stuff. So, and as I'm working on this, right, it's 1920s New York, 1920s America, and the parallels. You hear, things have changed. Yeah, they have, and they haven't, and it's pretty incredible. And I'd like to discuss it at a certain point, maybe. I think when this book's out, we can talk about it. Yes, Mike TV Dub, late on Pigman. We've been waiting for RTB and Black Flag. No big deal. Well, I wanted to lock it in. I wanted to make sure I got it in at a certain time. And again, there was a certain point in this project where I was doing I wrote. It took about a year to write the script, right? It took about 9 months, and then I had to take a few more months to fine tune it. Then I was doing all the roughs, all the pencils, right? Doing that, and then that took a lot faster. I could do a few a day at least. There was one day I did 7 roughs, right? And then 2, average about 3. And now I have to deliver basically when I take the roughs, I try to transfer them onto big sheets, all right? My local printer, 18 by 24, use my light box, put it on the big sheets, and transfer what I established there. But as I'm doing that, I'm redoing almost all of the drawings, all of the pencils, because it's like, it was fine, I guess, at the time, but you look at it, it's like, no, I can improve it. I can improve it. And it's always the case, but this one even more so than my other projects. Whatever reason, I don't know. So yeah, this is what I've been working on, and I'm starting to get the flow of this, because again, I have to redraw, fully pencil, ink, letter, and color, hand in the pages, one by one as I move on. And right now I'm up to 14 or 15 undelivered pages, because I've transferred a number of them, inked 5 of them, have to do, and then put those all in. And when that's cleared out, I get back on track. I can do concurrently Pigman #1 remaster and this current project, back and forth. I think I can do that because I can take half the day for that, half the day for that, and get them both done. That's right. Yeah, Marcus. Me too, man. That's just the way it is. Appreciate it, comic books and coots. Thanks, man. Hello, Lux Disaster. Appreciate it, David. Thank you very much, man. I do love how it came out. I gotta say, I really do. Again, I just you can't skimp on the city. You really can't. You got to put it all in there. It's a little more time consuming, but I think it's worth it. It gives you the eye a little more time to stop also, because the one value of detail is it causes you to step back, and instead of just turn a page, you got to take it all in. You're moving from one environment to another. So I think it's a good thing. I think that's the great value of detail, not just for its own sake, but for the fact of stopping the reader for a moment just to take it all in and then move on to the story. And again, I'm not going to bash people over the head every page with it, but I'm making sure that there's authentic detail in each of the panels, Some panels will be bare, some of them, but most of them will have a background, whether it's a painting on the wall or a window or the city and so on. Very exciting time for me, man. Very exciting because this is a project that almost a decade ago I thought was in my grasp. I was arguing with a publisher because they wanted me to do something. I said, "Well, I'd like to do this one actually." "Well, we want to do this one." I said, "Yeah, but this is the one that I really would want, and I think I could bring more to it right now than the one that you want." Of course, it didn't work. The publisher always they're gonna win. But I eventually got this. But anyway, guys, just want to pop in quick hit and run. Hello. I still Bearwolf 13 said, "Hey Bearwolf, I still say Pigman should have a dog themed sidekick like how Sabretooth carried around Wild Child in the Age of Apocalypse, since Arabs are known for their diversity." It's true. Dog Boy did cross my mind at a certain point. I thought it was funny. I made doodles of certain things. If you saw the early drawings of Pigman, I don't think you'd be too pleased. Pretty bad. Cut off shirt, a big snout, pink mask, military fatigues, combat boots, short gloves, anyway, it evolved to the point where what it is the way I think I always wanted it. Something strong, something really, really good. Good to see you too as well, comic books and goods. Guys, just want to pop in quick. We're a little over 10 minutes, so thanks, man. I want to get regular streaming as I work on it, show some more progress, not just on my new project, but on Pigman Remaster, extra pages, extra scenes, different dialogue. I'm going to punch up some stuff, add some stuff. Hello, Alpha Channel. How's it going? How are you? I missed you guys on the Kings this week. It went on a little later, and I was working on my project. I said, you know what? I'm going to hit this deadline instead of go on there. And I did see something about Liam was on there, and I saw some comments by Billy, and interesting stuff, man. I said what I said directly to Liam in the King's chat when it happened. I don't know if there's any more to say, really. But I did see some stuff that Liam said. Nah, man. No. Here I am holding the world on my back. What? I mean, that's ridiculous. I had no problem with Liam before, but, after a few things he said and did, yeah. Yeah. Alpha Channel, no, I'm not. I was working on it a number of years ago. That fell through for a number of reasons. I could talk about it one day. That's part of my memoir at some point. People keep pushing me to do a memoir. I don't know. I'd rather just tell a story of Killian Duke, which is like a somewhat of a standard for me. It's a little more dramatized, but we'll see. Guys, you take care. Be well. I want to come back regularly. I want to keep doing the projects. I just once I get caught up in something, I feel like I just go down that chute and just keep going no matter what. No matter what. I know, David. And again, I had no problem with him. Once I saw him do that thing with not letting us know that it was a swipe, meaning it was a swipe. He didn't let anyone know, and he doesn't take any responsibility whatsoever for it. And he bitches and moans about it. It's like, no, take responsibility. Be a man. Don't ever threaten to take yourself out. Ever. Do it or don't. You got a family. Anyway, that's a whole different thing, but I didn't even want to talk about it, but here I am. I just, I get offended at that stuff. And again, the lack of personal responsibility, the lack of accountability, it's insane to me. You want to be a fucking man? Act like a man. That's what he needs. He needs a real kick in the ass, not to be allowed to do whatever he says and does without consequence. You know what? I just posted this one thing about Aristotle, right? I was talking about these whores in the. By the way, I don't know if you guys saw Megyn Kelly with Tucker Carlson. Unreal. That whore went full Candace Owens. Aristotle said this. He goes, "For while both the truth and one's loved ones and one's friends, for while both the truth and one's friends are loved, it is a sacred honor, a sacred thing, to give the higher honor to the truth." You choose the truth over your buddies. That's what you do, especially if you're some pundit supposedly who says I'm for the truth. Well, you got to prove it. You know, and then if you don't, then you become like Matt Walsh, who's a media whore. I don't give a fuck how he presents himself with the plaid shirts and all that. Beard. No, he's a fucking. That's a pose. That's a mask. That's a costume. He's a media whore. Is what he is. And he chose his buddies over the truth, as did Megyn Kelly, as did Steven Crowder when he had Myron Gaines on. He had Nick Fuentes on. What a whore. I can't watch the guy now. I can't stomach him. Dan Bongino's back. Is he going to go after them by name? If he does, good. I'll give him a shot. Outside of that, I don't know. I'm not crazy about him either. But T Button is garbage. T Button. Don't know what that means. Alpha Channel. I was under the impression here was a new Iron project. Well, you stay tuned, Alpha Channel. You stay tuned about that. Okay. You stay tuned about that because there's something. Beowulf 13. The truth is all that matters. 100%. When we go right, she really did, Marcus. She really did. That whore went like she went from right to left as fast. And again, these are leftists. Tucker Carlson was just shown on Iranian state media in I think like Persian or Farsi, whatever they had, meaning on their behalf and against us. They were using him as a voice against us. Do you understand? That's America only? America first? No. That's our enemies first. He's pro-Islam, anti-America, anti-Trump, but he's, people call him a coward for not calling out Trump by name, whatever. I mean, he's calling him out regardless. But shown in Hollywood is weak and despicable. I guess talking about Megyn Kelly and the other whores. Yeah, Marcus, it's unreal. Check out my feed on Next with the media whore Megyn Kelly. She went full Candace Owens. She did. She was blowing Nick Fuentes and give us. He's very interesting. How? Give us examples. Give us examples. If you don't, shut the fuck up. Anyway, it's disappointing, but at the same time, there's a vacuum now for decent, honest people who love the truth and follow it to wherever the hell it leads. Not to their buddies. They're not beholden to anything else but the truth and them saying it. They sure don't. Beowulf 13. Tucker Carlson blows Islam and Sharia law. Megyn Kelly was trying to blame the Jews for for her and others liking Islam now. She's just a fucking media whore. Always has been. And anyway, guys, you take care. Be well. Until next time, I'm going to pop in when I can. I think I maybe should do a regular show at a certain time. It's probably the best. It probably would be the best to do that. I like to go all over, though, in terms of politics and religion and comics and culture and art and philosophy. Okay. Yep, absolutely, Sean. Sean says it's weak and despicable. No, that was about Liam. I have lost family to suicide. To use it for attention is weak and cowardly. It is. It's terrible. And he's getting roasted, rightfully so, and he should take it like a man and stop bitching and moaning. I don't know why Ethan tolerates it. To be honest, that's it. Whatever reason, I'm not sure if he knows exactly. I don't know. But when he says that I'm here stuck lifting the world on my back and my buddies are taking crowbars at my shins, what the fuck does that mean? And again, I used to really get pissed off at people who commit suicide, call them cowards. I'm beyond that to the point where some people cannot seem to believe that anything can get better, and they do that. It's a hopeless thing. It's a terrible thing. You do it or you don't. You do it or you don't. You don't talk about it. You don't post about it. You don't put videos. You do it or you don't. That's it. And again, it's even people who are decent who do it. They're not just scumbags. I mean, I love it if scumbags did that, but it's decent people who just hit a wall and said things can never get better. They actually believe it. Things can, and that's a lie. It's a lie that they make themselves believe. But of course, things get better. Always, no matter what. No matter what. Thanks, Sean. I appreciate it. Blessed are the truth speakers, 100%. There's such a, you don't know how rare it is until everyone's dropping like flies and lying their asses off. And we expected and wanted the voices on the right, to be honest, to contrast with the left. Megyn Kelly, Rachel Maddow, Tucker Carlson, all these rats are the same. They're all the same. Oh man, Marcus, terrible. Zeno the Stoic says, I thought the chat voted against Lee. Yeah, I think Ethan is putting a few polls up there, but I think he's putting meaning he already got the answer, but he keeps putting polls to see, I guess, if it's changing. That's his thing. Look, and again, Ethan could have anyone he wants on his damn show. I'm glad to be there. I'm happy to be there. I'm not going to dictate to anyone who they can or can't have. That's ridiculous. My show is different story. His show, anyone he wants. He wants to have him on, if he wants to go at it, please. He needs an ass kicking. He definitely does. A verbal ass kicking. Sean say, yep, been there in the lowest moments and managed to pull myself out. So fuck this guy. That's the thing, it's people bottom out. And if you can pull yourself back, it's awesome, and I don't think that was the case with him. I think he was playing a game with it, and you don't fuck around with that. Sean Hollywood, I know Gad. I've had dinner with Gad. I was on his show. I did ask him in that text if he could promote Pigman, and he never responded. I said, I see. I'm like, all right. As far as I know, he's not afraid of any kind of heat that would come from it. But Gad's a good guy. He does great work. But I am a little disappointed that I got to be blunt. I got to say, suicidal empathy. That's fine and all, but Ayn Rand identified that phenomenon. It's altruism. Altruism is seen as this good thing. It's not. It's basically otherism. Everyone else but me is good. Everyone is worthwhile except me. No, that's horrific, and that's what destroys cultures when it's widespread. Hey, Bretsky the Great, how's it going, man? Beowulf says, I've seen people die in front of me. If I can take it, have positive outlook in life, I see it as weak to break down over trivial first world matter. 100%. And what was the reason that he gave? Because he was caught stealing, cheating on the Dr. Doom thing? That's sickening. It tells you how bad he even thinks it is. It's bad enough, You don't do that. And sure as hell don't auction it off. You don't do that. You're giving someone a cheat. You don't do that. Hell, Wraith Rash. So yeah, guys, the comic books it says, never succumb to despair, and for God's sake, don't trust in the integrity of TV talking heads. Never, ever. Again, there are the voices you want. Right now, I'm listening to music. I'm listening to some of the entertaining shows more outside of politics, isn't it? Just to try to keep myself preoccupied. But music mainly right now. That's it. No more podcasts, really. Regular podcasts, absolutely not. I don't know who to trust. I don't know. I like what Ben Shapiro said recently a few times, a few episodes here and there, but I don't listen to him. I don't care for his style. But he is a moral paragon compared to these scum. No matter what anyone, he gets a bad rap by all these scum. He's better than all of them put together. And he has his own faults and problems, try to push the vax and call us idiots for not taking them. And I called him out for that. He called Ayn Rand's philosophy garbage. I said, you're garbage. And you guys are adapting it, Alex Roy. So what to say about you? Zeno the Stoic says, oikophobia? One second. Dislike of one's own culture, compatriots. Is that oikophobia that I'm reading there? Huh. Sean Holloway says, I will need to read Rand. What are you working on at the moment? Well, along those lines, and I will be able to announce it when it's officially announced. And let me do something here quick in terms of Rand and something that she had written and that Elon Musk reposted to his 230 million followers. Let me find it quick, and then I do got to go. It's so funny. I get on here. I appreciate the give and take, and you guys got me hooked up here. So give me 1 minute. Let me find that. By the way, if you guys want to hear a good song, I don't know what your tastes are, but to hell with that. Radiohead had a song called Lift that they, I believe, lifted. They removed from their album OK Computer. They thought it was too catchy. They wanted like a thematic album more than anything else. That was like the Benz album song. There's a version called Radiohead Lift alternate version on Reinald, Reinald 8794 channel on YouTube. Lift alternate version mix 3. Check it out. It's fantastic. It's a great song. Anyway, I listened to that for a while, but let me get this Rand thing, this Rand quote, and it is. I gotta find it, man. I thought it was here. I'm sorry. 1 second, guys. Give me a second, man. It's important. And it hits home what's happening today with these scum. I don't care for the woke right, but I gotta say, I was a little critical of James Lindsay recently. Compared to the other guys, he's a mensch, a true mensch. He really is kicking ass against the commies and against the scum on the right, who might as well be communists, flat out. Might as well be communists, because when you got Tucker Carlson, defending Maduro because he's a quote conservative, he's a goddamn, he's a goddamn commie. Because what? He's against gay marriage? Fuck that. So what? And supposedly he is for gay marriage. It's just that the dictatorship of Venezuela at this moment is against it. So give me 1 second. Where the hell is this? Why isn't it here? I can't find it. This is amazing. Let me try to find it here because it's probably better off doing it. Okay, here we go. It's called, it's a passage from one of Ayn Rand's nonfiction books, right? And I said, in it, Ayn Rand exposes the callous cruelty of alleged anti-war scum like Carlson, Smith, Dave Smith, comedian, who support the status quo, that's a pun of mine, but I think it works. The status quo of dictatorships don't give a damn for its victims. And they cry over any possibility those victims achieve the kind of freedom that they themselves enjoy. They will rail against our actions against Maduro, but not against Maduro and his actions against his own people. And so here's a quote from Rand. She goes, these same peace movements do not oppose dictatorships. The political views of their members range through all shades of the statist spectrum, from welfare statism to socialism to fascism to communism. By the way, Rand also understood this, that fascism, socialism, communism, Nazism, all the same shit. It's all collectivism. All collectivism. That's the evil. Okay? That's the evil. That's why I have the poster of commie Nazis. Anyway, so this means that they are opposed to the use of coercion by one nation against another, right? As they're against, we shouldn't do that, right? Maduro. But not by the government of a nation against its own citizens. It means that they are opposed to the use of force against armed adversaries, but not against the disarmed. That is damning and is absolutely true. They're against counter-terrorism operations, but not against terrorism. They're not against jihad. They're against counter-jihad. Do you understand? Dave Smith never says a word against jihad. Never says a word against the October 7th attack. Only says everything about the retaliation against the genocidal scum. Let me just read a few more, guys. Music never fails. Absolutely, Alpha Channel. It's just great. Actual Just War is good. Yeah, yeah, yeah. I've heard him. I haven't listened to him a few weeks, but I have heard him. Overall, he is good. He has a crush on Casparian for some reason. She's a real vicious whore. So I don't know what that's about. I don't know. She's a commie whore, who's pro-Islam. So um, Alpha Channel. Did you read Rand? Is that what you're saying? I read all her books also. Um, Night Januaries, yes. Kira Argonova, yes, absolutely. Okay, Computer is great. Zeno the Stoic is fantastic. What a great album. Corolla is consistent. I don't like his style. I don't like that whole thing, the nasally, whatever. I don't know why. Um, Sometimes it's just aesthetics, I guess, but he's not that funny also. He's a comedian. Not really. Not really. He's more of a political commentator, culture commentator. Anthem, absolutely. He's like Tucker had a stroke. Well, Tucker did say that he was attacked by a demon, Demons don't exist, but they exist in his mind. That is more of a true breakdown politically, individuals versus collectives. Yes, it is. Individualism versus collectivism, that's the battle, really. That's the real battle. Those who are for the individual, those who are against the individual, and for the collective, against the individual. Comic book which says principles don't change size, the size change around principles. That's the thing, is like Megyn Kelly had no principles because she decided at one point, I'm going to go on this side because it seems hotter at the moment to go with Fuentes and Candace Owens and Tucker. And there was a moment there where 100% she said, shit, you know what? I'm going to double down now. It's too late. I can't go back. So she fucked herself. And, she says about people criticizing others. She hates that, right? No. She only hates when people criticize her. That's it. That's when she hates. She'll criticize Barry Weiss, Mark Levin, Ben Shapiro. What do they all have in common? They're all Jews. That's not by accident. Yeah, I did too as well, Marcus. And I didn't buy all the hype. Even Bannon and even Tucker was trying to push lockdowns. Tucker really trying to push lockdowns. That bitch will not mention it now. And they, also, Scott Adams, for all his troubles right now, right? He's dying. He was terrible on COVID, terrible. And the vaccines, trying to push it on us, right? And his response to all that, after being beaten by the truth, by reality, you guys won. It's not about we won. You were dead wrong. That's it. It's not about we won. Reality won. Truth won. Those who were in alignment with it won, quote unquote, won, and you guys lost. Anyway, Bearwolf 13 says his clips of her and him taking down TYT is what put him on the map. But he also gives her props when she has been speaking out against the left. Yeah, but Bearwolf 13, I believe the imbecile named Anna Kasparian was helped by a guy who helped her carry her bike up in the stairs, and we realized he's MAGA. She was like, my God, he didn't kill me. That's kind of retarded thing. So, and she's been terrible ever since on X about the attack on Maduro. Terrible. Reverted back to right to her commie shit. She's technically better than Cenk Uygur, but so what? Yeah, I believe that as well. I believe that it was a test run as well, and the West used China as a model for lockdowns. Some expressed that openly. They said it. We got out of that. But they're going to try to get back in there. But let's just say it'll be different. Like right now, they're trying to create Georgia Floyd yesterday. It's not going to happen. It won't happen. It won't. They're trying to. Reality defines itself. Comic books and coots. People try to redefine reality. That's for sure. That's for sure. That's the thing about objectivism, my philosophy. It's very simple when you break it down. See things as they are, not better, not worse, as they are, and then try to improve from there. If you don't have a basis in reality, you can't improve. People are like, yeah, but accept reality, it's, yeah, you got to. If you want to change things, you have to accept where we are in order to change things. And yeah, it's more complex than that, but that's the simplest thing. See things as they are, not better, not worse, and then move from there. Marcus Kilgore, I almost died from that test run. Jeez. Tell me about it one day, Marcus, because that sounds terrible. I refused to get the vax. I refused to do a lot of the things, and I thought it was a boondoggle, you know. Well, worse than that, actually. Test run, as someone mentioned here. Anyway, guys, you take care of yourselves, man. Be well. I will be back soon on a regular basis, and I think it might be best to try to figure out a time, a day, regular, to see what we can do. And again, I do want to do some reviews as well, review some art. I love to review some music, but I don't know how that works in terms of YouTube, in terms of rights. I think you get blasted. Anyway, guys, you take care of yourselves. I will see some of you back on Kings this coming Monday. Take care. Be well. Until next time. Thank you. Best.